Okay guys, so this is I guess a 9-month ownership report, or sort of general intro I guess, to my long distance car. This is a 2001 Lexus GS300. So as I said, yes, I've owned the car now for about coming up on 9 months I think. I bought it in February of this year, so you do the maths, I'm terrible at that. And yeah, in that time I've grown to, well, I love this car. This car's been excellent to me, and possibly the best car I bought, but certainly in terms of doing what it is that I need a car to do. So yeah, the colour is I think deep cherry pearl, if I recall correctly. It is sort of deep burgundy red with a beige or cream leather interior. Okay, so climbing inside and find the key. Here we go. Oh, just the one key, sadly. So yes, this is the beige interior. So this being a SE model, it is pretty well spec'd, as I shall not show you. Climb inside to get out of the cold. So okay, so what did the SE trim get you? Well, it got you electric and heated seats, leather seats, of course, a tilt and slide sunroof, which does work. I will show you in a bit, and oh yeah, memory function as well, and fake wood. I don't think this is real wood, or maybe it is, or it's just heavily lacquered, but it's very nice. I think it helps to lift the interior, and it's even on the gear stick. So I think I will start up the car now, just to stop the alarm going off and anything. Yes, the steering wheel comes out. Always a nice feature. And the dials are quite cool as well. So here it has done 147,454 miles. But still starts and runs lovely, as you would expect. Okay, so this particular model has the screen. It has the sat nav, I guess. I say in infotainment screen, although I use that term in massive air quotes. And well, I guess I might as well just show you what this does. And the map's actually working for once this time. It sometimes does and sometimes doesn't. So yes, you have all of your functions there: your climate controls, your sat nav, trip info, sort of menu to go through some of the sat nav settings. Info has some of the car info, so your sort of your range and things like that. Even a maintenance log and things as well. The display, obviously, you've got your display settings down there, and then finally you've got the. Well, if I just turn on the radio to show you, I have to turn it down to avoid any copyright. But you've got your radio functions here, and I don't know if you heard, but there is an electronic aerial which goes up and down. So I guess a general tour. So okay, starting over, we got 4 electric windows, and all of them are auto, although I think 1 or 2 of them, the auto function doesn't work, so you do have to keep the button held down. Power door locks, a window lock. Down here we've got the electric mirror controls, although strangely one thing that I don't think this car has is power folding mirrors, which is a bit odd for a luxury car, even one of this age, but regardless. So yeah, you've got your power adjustable mirrors, headlight leveling, I think, and I think these are the rear fogs, I think, and a little bit of extra storage tray. Yeah, there you go, for coins and whatnot. And then finally down there you've got your boot lock, fuel door release and also the boot release, because there isn't one on the actual boot itself, but I'll get to that. Okay, so we also have cruise control, which is nice, and then we've got on the steering wheel we have up and down shift buttons, which was one of the key things that was added in the 2000 sort of midlife refresh or update, I guess, for this car, was for the gearbox, and you now have a manumatic mode, I guess. So you do have some control over the gears. I think if I just show you in the gauge cluster, if I now put it into drive, but then if I slide it over across like that, as you can see, the M5 mode has now appeared in the bottom, and then you can go up and down like that. Okay, so moving back over here, you've got your vents down here and then the radio controls, but the actual climate controls, and this is one of my big gripes with this system, is that you have to do most of them through the touchscreen, which is a big bugbear of mine, like especially given that about half of the climate control vents, like the actual temperature control, the air recirc and like front and rear defrost, they are physical buttons, so why not just make the whole thing a physical button? I mean, space maybe, but yeah, I think if I could have chosen, I would have had one that didn't have the screen, just had the, you know, the tape player and then the climate controls above it. But oh well. Oh, one benefit that this particular car has is, if the light will show you, it has an aftermarket a Bluetooth dongle, so you can actually play, you can actually stream music from your phone, which is good. In the middle here we've got water, so I must take a drink. As I said, yes, so middle here we have two decent sized cup holders, as you can see by my big bottle. We've got the traction controls, the gearbox settings. You have modes for like how much of the torque converter you want. Yeah, so you've got power mode, you've got ECT, which is like normal, and then snow. So yeah, I think that might actually be for the traction control as well, but to be sure, you've got the heated seats for both seats, which is nice, and then the traction control, which thankfully you just press and hold and it is actually off, which is, well, if you want to do skids, which I shan't do here, but yes, you can do that. We have an ashtray here, which, well, again, it was a different time, I remember. So let's have a quick look under the under the hood, as they say. Right, so this is the engine, and most will probably know what this is, but for those who don't, this is the 2JZ GE. It is the naturally aspirated version of the 2J, and this particular one being a later car actually has VVTi, variable valve timing. From new, these made about 220 horsepower-ish. This one, again, having done 147,000 miles, probably doesn't quite make that much, but generally these are very, very strong engines. You know, you just got to service them on time, you know, take care of them, but they should last. And so far, I mean, I've put about 5,000 miles on this car, and the engine's been absolutely fine. It hasn't missed a beat at all. Very, very smooth engine, nice linear power, and yeah, it is just a very, very nice engine to use. Okay, so coming into the back, well, my one's probably not the best example to show you, because literally as of today I've put in this dog carrier thing. I mean, I don't have a dog, but it's more just so I can carry slightly larger items on the back seat and not damage the interior, because on the whole the interior is in really, really good condition, like especially given the age and mileage. As you can just see by the condition of the seats, they've very rarely been sat in, and excuse me, aside probably from the occasional friends that I've transported in this car, generally the back seat is yeah, as I said, the whole interior is very good. So you've got nice thick headrest here. Legroom is not great, although like the people that I've had in the car haven't complained. I mean, the seats are very, very comfy, but yeah, legroom is, and headroom actually, for that matter, is not great. Like, not as much as you might expect for a car of this size. And each door has, of course, its own ashtray, because of course it does. There are no door pockets in the back, but you have got a centre armrest with two drinks holders. And just finally the boot. And yeah, so apologies for all my stuff in it, including my walking boots and waders actually. But yeah, the boot is actually surprisingly big on this car, because it's not always a given for cars of this type, but it has a nice wide opening, very wide, and even though it does taper off a bit because of the rear wheel arches, it goes really very, very far back. I can't even reach the back of it. And that does mean that, again, the first major trip that I did in this car, I had 5 full-size adults and their stuff away for a weekend sort of hill walking, I guess an expedition or a trip, and we managed just about to fit everyone's stuff in the boot. It is as I said, a surprisingly capacious, which is always helpful. Unfortunately, the rear seats don't fold at all, but because the boot's such a good size, I'm willing to forgive it on this one.